Hey, Richard Bryce here, tennis hacker. Today I'm out on court working on my left-handed forehand. As you probably know, I injured my right shoulder in a mountain bike crash, so I had to switch hands. I'm just trying to become the best player I can with my left hand. I've got to a point where I can rally consistently. I'm reasonable off both sides, but I'm in a position where when I get a shorter ball, when I get a weaker ball from my opponent, I haven't really got a real weapon to be able to attack it yet, or especially not on my forehand side. So that's what I'm working on, trying to develop a more attacking forehand. And I'm also trying to develop my ability to deal with adverse conditions. I've got a bit of a tendency to make excuses when the wind is about and when there's bad bounces and things like that. So today is going to be perfect for that. These courts always have bad bounces. There are swirling winds and I'm dealing with shadows as well. So it's going to test my ability to ignore all those things and focus on what I'm trying to focus on, which is really creating enough space in those conditions, because I have a habit still of getting a little bit too close, but really loading my left leg, driving through my left hip, trying to remain loose through contact, and then also trying to keep my head still through contact. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on throughout the practice session. As you'll see, the setup really simple, just ball machine set on the service line. It's got a little bit of top spin on it. It's got a random feed, so I don't know where it's going. And all I'm trying to do is move my feet, stay nice and light on my toes, get the spacing, drive through my hip, and just play an attacking ball into what will be a right-handed opponent's backhand corner. When I get home, I'll get a chance to watch it back properly, because you can't really see very well on the GoPro screen, which is what I'm recording on. But it felt like I did okay. It just feels like I'm not getting all the pieces in place at the same time. So some of the time I loaded my left hip well. A lot of the time I was able to keep my head stable. I was not always getting the spacing where I wanted it to be. And you know, like I said at the start, there's lots of bad bounces on this court and there's wind that's swirling around, but that's a good thing because I need to be able to deal with that stuff. And at the moment I'm not quite good enough. So I'm making a lot of these balls, but I'm not necessarily hitting them cleanly enough to really hit winners or to put high level opponents under any pressure. So I've got to continue the process, just keep on trying to get it all together, give myself a break when it's a bad bounce or when the wind blows it, and just accept that it won't always be perfect, and just kind of keep on trying to improve as I go. The next round, I'm just going to move to the back of the court a little bit, so just increase the ball machine speed, now working from slightly deeper, but I'm still going to try and take the ball kind of at the apex, take it relatively early and be fairly aggressive. Again, I'm going to watch it back when I get home and I can watch on a bigger screen, but I think I did an okay job, or a reasonable job, especially considering the conditions. There's lots of bad bounces on these courts. It's gusty winds, so sometimes it's kind of pushing it quickly towards me, sometimes it's pushing it into me, and I'm also dealing with shadows. So I think considering all of that, I did reasonably well, but like I said, I'll see when I get home and I watch the footage, but I felt like I did an okay job. But this is the process of kind of working on things. I'm not going to go home feeling amazing, because I didn't feel like I was kind of hitting things as cleanly as I wanted to, although there's rational reasons for why that was happening. But these are the conditions that I need to adapt to. You know, if you're in tough conditions in a tournament, you're both in tough conditions, you and your opponent, and it's the player who adapts better that's going to come out on top. So that's the stage that I'm at with my game, needing to kind of work on that. I need to be able to get a short ball and there be a little bit of adversity and be able to put that short ball away, or at least put my opponent in an uncomfortable position. So I'm going to keep on working at things, hopefully get ready to play some tournaments and see how we get on. Hopefully this video has been useful to you, and it's given you a chance to kind of see the process. Nothing fancy, nothing magical in terms of the setup. The important thing about practice is what you're intending to do when you get on court and how you think about it while you're working on things. Now obviously, in addition to the on-court work I do various different things off court, improving brain-based training to improve my vision and coordination, to hopefully continue to improve as an athlete. If you'd like to learn more about that side of things, I've got a class that's going to teach you more about it, so I'll place a link up there, and I'll place a link down in the description so you can check it out. Any thoughts or comments or feedback on the video, I would love you to leave it down below.